What is angular impulse? Episode 22, Part 1 of Biomech Talk. In a previous episode of Biomech Talk, we did the linear derivation of the net impulse equals change in momentum relationship. But this relationship of net impulse equals change in momentum also has an angular counterpart which can be derived from Newton's second law. And why do we care about this relationship? Because angular impulse causes rotation, and this is important for all the different sports that we've been talking about that involve rotation. So let's get into the angular derivation of the net impulse equals change in momentum relationship. So we're going to start with Newton's second law, which says that the sum of the moments equals to I center of mass alpha, and alpha is equal to the change in angular velocity over change in time. So we can think of this as the angular acceleration. And if we substitute that into our equation, we end up with the sum of the moments equals I center of mass times the change in angular velocity over change in time. And then if we rearrange this equation, we can multiply by that change in time, and we end up with the sum of the moments times change in time equals I center of mass times the change in angular velocity, which is our net angular impulse on the left-hand side, and our change in angular momentum, or delta L, on the right-hand side. It's important to remember that forces cause observed motion. So if we think about angular impulse and we recall what a moment is, a force applied at a perpendicular distance, we can see on the left-hand side of this equation that the forces applied at a distance from the center of mass are what's causing that rotation, leading to angular momentum. And if this matches how you're feeling after going through that derivation, stay tuned for how to find angular impulse in Part 2. Episode 22, Part 1 of Biomech Talk. What is angular impulse?